If your ancestors came from Europe, you do not have to spend a fortune to build your family tree. A lot of people assume European records are locked behind paywalls, but that's just not true. Some of the best European genealogy records online are free because they come straight from national archives, government projects, and major nonprofit efforts. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the most popular and trusted free websites for European genealogy. You'll learn what each site is best used for, what types of records you can find there, and the time periods you can expect. And just so you know, I'm saving one of the biggest free genealogy sites on Earth for last, because I want you to understand the official archives first. All right, so let's jump in. Website number 1 is Archives Portal Europe. This is not a genealogy website in the way most people think. It's more like a giant master search tool that points you to archives all across Europe. Archives Portal Europe is a single place where you can search descriptions of archival material from thousands of institutions. Currently, it holds information on about 7,000 archival institutions, and it includes hundreds of millions of archival descriptions with ongoing growth. What does this mean for you as a family historian? It means if you're stuck, maybe if you don't know which archives to search, or maybe your ancestor lived in a place where borders have changed, this portal can help you figure out what records exist and where they are held. You're not looking for birth and death records here. On this website, you might find references to things like military files, passport applications, immigration paperwork, land and property records, court files, poor relief records, school records, and estate papers, depending on the country and archive. And the date range can be enormous. This portal includes material described as ranging from the Middle Ages to modern times, which is exactly why it can be so useful for European research. Now, one important thing. Sometimes you can click through and view digitized images right away, and sometimes you'll only get a description that tells you what exists. Either way, it helps you stop guessing and start searching in the right place. Archives Portal Europe is one of the best free tools for figuring out what records exist before you waste hours searching the wrong website. Next up is a site that's especially powerful for Central Europe. Website number 2 is Matricula Online. Matricula is a free portal for digitized church registers, and these are some of the most important records you'll ever use in European genealogy. Matricula includes church books, mostly baptism, marriage, and burial registers from multiple countries. Right now, Matricula's own site lists Austria, Germany, Poland, Serbia, and Slovenia as current coverage. So what can you find on Matricula? If your ancestors lived in these areas before modern civil registration, these church records may be the main way you can prove parent-to-child relationships. You can often find baptisms that name both parents, marriages that name fathers or places of origin, and burials that help you narrow down birth years. Matricula is image-based, so you usually browse images instead of doing a name search. That sounds harder, but honestly, that's normal for European parish records research. Here's something to keep in mind as you search Matricula. Privacy laws affect what is available online. Matricula itself publishes retention records that show how far recent records are restricted in places like Austria and Germany. For example, their site lists privacy windows like 100 years for births in Austria and 120 years for births in Germany, with different windows for marriages and deaths, of course. That's why, depending on where your family lived, you may see records up into the early 1900s in some parishes, while others stop earlier. So when you can't find your great-grandmother's 1942 baptism, it's most likely due to privacy laws. Now let's talk Italy, because Italy is one of the most searched for European ancestry areas online. Website number 3 is Portale Antenati. Portale Antenati, or in English, Ancestors Portal, is the Italian state archives. It's an official government project that puts Italy's civil status records online. This is where you go for Italian civil registrations, meaning births, marriages, and deaths recorded by the government, not the church. Ancestors Portal mission is to make available online the massive civil status records collection held in Italy's state archives. Here's what it looks like in real life. In many places, you'll find civil records starting in the early 1800s. In some areas, civil registration begins during the Napoleonic period, and in others it becomes consistent later in the 1800s. The exact start year varies by region and historical government, which is why the best approach is to search by town inside the portal and see what years exist for that location. You will also run into a few record types that are incredibly useful for genealogy, not just birth, marriage, and death. For example, Ancestors Portal includes things like 10-year indexes that help you locate entries faster. And in many locations, there are supplemental documents, the annexes that can include copies of baptisms, death certificates for parents, or permissions and military documents connected to a marriage. Those annexes can be genealogical gold. Ancestors Portal also notes additional civil materials, like citizenship registers that can track residence changes in some time periods. So if you have Italian ancestry, this is a must-see website where you can see real document images all for free. Next, let's switch to Scandinavia, because Norway makes genealogy surprisingly easy online. Website number 4 is Digitalarkivet, the Norwegian Digital Archives. Digitalarkivet is run by the Norwegian National Archives, and it's one of the best examples of what a modern, free archive should look like. This site gives you access to both searchable databases and scanned original records. It includes censuses, church books, and other key sources. Norway has multiple censuses online at Digitalarkivet, including full censuses for 1801, 1865, 1875, 1891, 1900, 1910, and 1920, and it even mentions older mail lists going back to 1664. That's a huge range. And now add church records. Norwegian church books are the backbone of Norwegian genealogy. These include baptisms, confirmations, marriages, burials, and often moving in and moving out lists. Digitalarkivet provides scanned church books, and their archive explains that they began scanning microfilm church books and publishing the scans online in the 2000s. So if your ancestor was born in 1832 in Norway, you can often combine a census search with a baptism entry and confirm you have the right person. And because Digitalarkivet has an English interface, it's approachable even for beginners. Now Sweden is the next stop, and Swedish records are famous for a reason. Website number 5 is the Swedish National Archives Digital Research Room. Sweden's National Archives, Riksarkivet, has a digital research room that lets you study a massive number of digitized records online. Their own page explains you can study things like church books, maps, tax records, military rolls, estate records, criminal records, and photographs. And it notes there are about 73.5 million scanned archival documents plus databases. For genealogy, the superstar record set in Sweden is the church material, especially the household examination records. These function like a moving, updated census of the parish. You can follow a family over time, see birth dates, where they moved, and often notes about marriage, death, and even behavior. So for Swedish ancestry, you're not just hunting one birth record, you're following the family year by year. Next, we're headed to Ireland. because Ireland has one of the best free civil registration sites anywhere. Website number 6 is IrishGenealogy.ie. This is the official Irish government website, and it provides free access to searchable civil records with register images. Irish Genealogy lists its civil records coverage as births from 1864 to 1925, marriages from 1845 to 1950, and deaths from 1871 to 1975. It also explains that non-Roman Catholic marriages are recorded from 1845, while Roman Catholic marriages are recorded from 1864. And yes, these include images, not just indexes, which I think is what we all want to see. This means you can often see the original register entry with details like exact residence, father's occupation, informant names, and witnesses, details that help you prove you have the right family. Many people first think of the Irish census. The only complete surviving censuses for Ireland are 1901 and 1911, and both are available free on the National Archives of Ireland website. But IrishGenealogy.ie serves a different role. It provides free access to civil registration records, births beginning in 1864, marriages beginning in 1845 for non-Catholics and 1864 for all marriages, and deaths beginning in 1871, with digitized images of the original entries. These civil records extend further into the 20th century and document individual life events in detail. Together, the census site and IrishGenealogy.ie form the foundation of free Irish genealogy research. Now, let's focus specifically on England, because there are several excellent free resources dedicated just to English research. If your ancestors lived in England or Wales, you're going to want to work with two main record systems, civil registration and parish records, and both are available online in useful, free formats. Website number 7 is Free UK Genealogy. This nonprofit runs 3 major databases, Free BMD, Free Reg, and Free Sen. Together, they form one of the strongest free research foundations for England and Wales. Let's start with Free BMD. Free BMD is a searchable transcription of the Civil Registration Index for England and Wales. Civil registration began in 1837. That means that every birth, marriage, and death recorded by the government from 1837 forward is indexed. Free BMD allows you to search those index entries by name, year, and district. You won't see the full certificate image, but you will see the registration district, volume, and page number. That information allows you to order the official certificate if needed. Coverage is strongest from 1837 through the late 20th century, with some later years still being added. For many researchers, Free BMD is the fastest way to confirm a birth, marriage, or death event in England or Wales. Next is Free Reg. Free Reg focuses on parish registers. These are church records that document baptisms, marriages, and burials before civil registration began. Church of England parish registers often begin in the 1500s, although survival varies by parish. Free Reg contains volunteer transcriptions of many of these records from across England and Wales. When civil registrations didn't exist yet, or when families did not register events promptly, parish registers are often the only surviving source. Free Reg can help identify parents, witnesses, occupations, and burial details. Now let's talk about census records. England has national census records beginning in 1801, but the first useful genealogical census is 1841. After that, censuses were taken every 10 years. For free census searching, the place to know is Free Sen. FreeSen provides searchable transcriptions of census records from 1841 through 1891, depending on county coverage. It does not yet include every county in full, but millions of names are searchable. Census records are essential because they show entire households. You can see relationships, ages, occupations, and birthplaces. That helps you track families over time and distinguish between people with common names. Website number 8, GENUKI. Another free and extremely useful guide is GENUKI. GENUKI is not a record database. It is a structured guide to English and Welsh genealogy by county and parish. It explains where records are kept, which archives hold them, and which online projects include transcriptions. GENUKI is especially helpful when working with small villages or parishes that may not appear easily in large databases. When researching England, the key is understanding the timeline. Before 1837, parish registers are primary. From 1837 forward, civil registrations become central. And from 1841 forward, census records allow you to track households every 10 years. With free BMD, free Reg, free SEN, and GENUKI, you can build a strong English family tree using entirely free resources. And of course, these tools also work very well alongside FamilySearch. This is the one I wanted to save for last, because it connects everything we've talked about. Website number 9 is FamilySearch.org. FamilySearch is the biggest free genealogy website in the world, and it's a powerhouse for European research. Here's why it belongs at the end of this list. FamilySearch often helps you jump across countries and languages faster than starting from scratch in each national archive. It includes indexed, searchable collections from many European countries, and it also hosts huge numbers of digitized images you can browse, especially for church records, civil registration, and sometimes censuses, depending on the country. Here's how I want you to think about it. FamilySearch is not replacing national archives, it's a bridge to them. You can use FamilySearch as a clue, like a parish name, a town, a parent's name, or a record reference. Then take that clue back to the official archives like Antenati, Digitalarkivet, IrishGenealogy, or the Swedish National Archives to find more detail, better images, or additional record types. Keep in mind that on FamilySearch, some of the best European material is not indexed, so you need to look for collections where you can browse images, even when name search comes up empty. Now let's wrap this up. Those are the most popular and trusted free websites for researching European family history using real records and real archives. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so more people can find it. And if you want to find more family research help and guidance, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Now tell me in the comments, what European country are you researching right now? Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your European research, and I'll see you in the next one.